I came back after 5 years with a new identity, but my ex-husband's son recognized me instantly. My heart stopped when he looked at me and whispered one word. Mommy. 5 years ago, I was forced to fake my own death after my alpha husband, Alexander, discarded me while I was pregnant. I even attended my own funeral, watching from the shadows as they lowered an empty coffin into the ground. The official story? I had died during childbirth, a tragic end for the former Luna who wasn't worthy of her powerful mate. With the help of Liam, the Alpha King's youngest son, I escaped with my life and my daughter, Abigail. I left behind the broken woman named Lauren and became Dr. Ava, a renowned specialist in werewolf pediatric medicine. My new identity gave me purpose, respect, and safety, 3 things Alexander had stolen from me. I never planned to return to the city where I'd lost everything, but when a hospital requested my expertise for a VIP case, a young boy with a rare condition, I couldn't refuse. Helping children was my calling now. As I walked through those hospital doors, the past pressed against my bust like a phantom I couldn't escape. Every hallway, every scent, every whisper felt like a ghost of who I used to be. But I wasn't her anymore. The patient's file only listed a name, Owen, 5 years old, son of an important alpha. The details were frustratingly vague, but something about the case pulled at me in ways I couldn't explain. As we entered the VIP ward, the other doctor's whispers followed me. Do they just let anyone see VIP patients now? A young, pretty doctor? How much skill could she really have? She probably got this position because of the Alpha King's youngest son. I ignored them. I was used to the judgment. But nothing could have prepared me for the child waiting inside the room. Owen sat in the middle of the sterile hospital room, a laptop balanced on his small knees. His dark hair was an untamed mess, and despite wearing a miniature version of a sharp suit, there was something undeniably wild about him, something familiar. The doctors approached him cautiously, and I quickly saw why. When one leaned too close to his laptop, Owen pulled out a toy gun and fired. Paint splattered across the doctor's face, then across the others as they scrambled to escape. Within seconds, they looked like walking rainbows, cursing under their breath as they fled. I bit back a laugh. The kid had spirit. Dr. Ava, one paint-covered doctor pleaded, "You're the expert. Surely, you can handle this." I stepped forward, crouching down to Owen's level. His dark eyes studied me intensely, a look far too knowing for a child his age. There was something about the way he carried himself, about the way his wild, dark curls framed his serious face. For a moment, Abigail's bright, smiling face flashed through my mind. "Hi, Owen, my name's Dr. Ava. It's nice to meet you," I said softly, "and by the way, nice aim. You managed to hit every single one of them. Impressive." He didn't respond, but his brow furrowed slightly. "Owen," I continued gently, "I'm here to help you. Can I sit with you for a bit?" He didn't speak right away. His dark, familiar eyes locked onto mine with a piercing intensity, like he was trying to unravel me, to figure out who I really was. I held his gaze, waiting. The seconds stretched into what felt like hours. Then, to my utter shock, his lips parted, and he spoke a single word that shattered my world. "Mommy?" The room froze, the air thickened until I could barely breathe, my heart hammered against my ribs, caught between confusion and an ache I couldn't name. Behind me, a maid let out a startled squeak. Before I could react, a firm hand gripped my arm, tugging me backward. One of Owen's bodyguards stepped in, his expression unreadable. "Out, now," he ordered, ushering me from the room. The door slammed shut behind us, the sound reverberating down the white hallway. I stood there, bathed in harsh fluorescent light, Owen's voice echoing in my head. The doctors behind me erupted into whispers, their disbelief quickly twisting into mockery. "Well, Dr. Ava," one of them sneered, "maybe you weren't called here for the boy after all. Dressed like that, perhaps you're trying to catch the attention of his father instead?" I inhaled sharply, fighting the rising fury. I turned to him, voice level but cold. "Mistaking someone for their parent is common in children on the spectrum," I said. "But your comments, doctor, make me question your professionalism far more than his condition." The man bristled and stormed off. I pressed a hand to my bust, trying to steady my racing heart. Then my phone buzzed. Abigail's cheerful voice burst through the line. "Mommy, where are you? I want to have lunch with you." A smile tugged at my lips, the tension slowly unraveling. "I'm just finishing up at work, sweetheart. How about I pick us up something on the way home?" "Pizza," she chirped. As Abigail chattered about her day, I walked toward the elevator, letting her voice ground me. But the moment the door slid open, my smile faltered.